I'm a little confused that you said you're down for some fun matches, and okay, the good vibes I totally get, but this is a solo game, so there aren't any matches with it, which has me a little bit concerned. But thank you for the chat. I note my viewer count did not increase at all, and you're sending me over to Discord. So, I'm just giving this a chance to actually catch up. I will see what my computer says shortly. Yeah, but if you're a fellow streamer, awesome. Though it does say that your account was created 7 hours ago. Ah. I would have to know more about your content, and as your account is very new, yeah, I will have to take a look at what it is that you do for games before I could say yes or no to your offer of streaming together. Even though I do play games such as Starfield that are rated mature, I try to keep things generally friendly here. Given that you had made your offer included the matches together, I depends on the game. There are some match games that I do enjoy. I just haven't played them too often.
Very good to see you.
Hello.
Sorry to pull you aside like this, but I wanted to take a moment to congratulate you. Taking those steps to eradicate the Terramorph threat is essential to the safety of every living thing in the settled systems. You should be proud.
Hey, something had to be done. Those creatures were dangerous.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you treated the situation with the urgency it deserved. I only wish that the United Colonies chose to exterminate the Terramorphs with the experimental microbe instead of choosing this ridiculous Asili solution. Apparently, their decision was based on your recommendation. That was a risky choice you made.
The silly solution only presents us with minimal risk.
Minimal risk? Are you sure? The Asili solution might take years, perhaps even decades. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking for humankind. That sounds far too risky to me.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't know if I'm convinced.
I'm sorry to hear that, but what's done is done. The Asili's method has been deployed, so we'll have to wait and see if it's effective. Unfortunately, locking away the Lazarus plant instead of eliminating it adds to the risk. Anything that accelerates the Terramorph life cycle should have been completely removed from the equation. Why take the chance?
Even if we disagree on this matter, I do appreciate your honesty.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. I appreciate the fact that you've taken the time to listen to my opinion on the matter.
Hey there, how's it going?
Oh. So, here's the basics of it. Every one of the members of Constellation that will talk to us about this have basically stated that in their opinion the Lazarus plant should have been destroyed. And the microbe was, in their opinion, the correct choice. There is no ambivalence there. So this is one of those amusing things with Constellation is their membership tends to say what is viewed as the good ending from the standpoint of Bethesda, which is great to be aware of. And how are you doing?
Hey again.
Hello, hello. Oof. So, yeah. So, getting rid of the pirates, they all think that that's great. Um, um, oh. Hey, good morning, Meligold. How are you? I'm doing pretty good so far today. I've got my game of Starfield up. I have taken care of the Terramorphs. I went for the Achilles option with this time, and the 4 members of Constellation that will speak with you all say that they seem to think the microbe would have been the better option. And errands are always good. Ooh. I gotta admit, I sort of miss living in a city on some standpoint when it comes to errands, because I walk. And where I am, it's like a good 15-20 minute walk to the little grocery store, or actually the little mini grocery store near me. For an actual grocery store, I think it's a 30-minute walk. It's... Well, I am about 6 years ago, I moved from the San Francisco Bay Area to where I now am. So I used to live in a city. I'm used to like a short walk to anything with the public transportation stuff being around. Where I am now, like I'm roughly an hour's drive out of Sacramento now. I'm in a more rural area. I have, it's maybe a 5-10 minute walk to a state park where I am now. And again, on that same note, I can do maybe a 10-minute walk and basically have, and see horses who are just watching the traffic go by. And, I am still adjusting to that. In all honesty. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I used to live so I used to just be able to jump on BART, which is basically the Bay Area's version of the subway, and just go over to the city. A 30-minute walk to the station, and maybe a 15-20 minute ride. And I'd be right there in the middle, and be able to get off right there in the middle of, or in downtown San Francisco. I grew up basically one city block south of Oakland. So, and it was, let's see, yeah, it was east, yeah, one city block south of East Oakland. So, it's... And I was in a nice neighborhood, but I could... Where I had... My neighbors were basically... it was an older neighborhood. My neighbors were basically veterans of World War II and... or the Korean War. But I could... And... My neighborhood did not have bars on the windows, but I could go that one block, and just by crossing that border street between where I was and Oakland, on the Oakland side, all the houses had bars on the windows, and or concrete for their front yards. It was... Heck, I saw it as normal. I also... So, it's a thing. It's... There's a number of things that I've had to adjust to since I moved, in all honesty. Like, where I am now...
Don't pretend to be mad at me. I know you aren't really. I learned that back on Earth, people used to use the stars to navigate.
Let's see, what's some other ways of describing this?
Yes, sir.
Like, I am still on that list of things that I'm adjusting to. I'm used to a diverse number of people around. Of all different nationalities and backgrounds. Oh. And where I am now, it's conservative white, for the most part, and that's at points uncomfortable for me. Some of it's middle class, some of it's a little bit more, some of it's down from there. It's rural. The small town part doesn't seem any different to me, though. Yeah, I did grow up in a city, but on the same time, the city that I grew up in, well, actually, it's one of those things that I've also come to recently really started reflecting on. My grandfather did a lot of stuff in the city that I grew up in, so people knew him, and as a result, they knew that I was his grandson. So as a result of that, there was I sort of knew, everyone sort of knew who I was. So I don't really have the experience of really being anonymous. It's, again, a thing that I'm adjusting to. My default behavior is often just assuming that, and I don't even do this on purpose, it's like just assuming that people have a general idea of who I am, and I treat them like I've known them forever, because that just feels how it is, or to me. I have found that most people are perfectly fine. And I know it may sound strange, but I